Hi, welcome to today's reading. So today we're going to have a pick of the runes and see where the energies are for us. So if you want to, you could take a time to close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, just really place yourself into this space, ready to see what the energies have to speak for you today. So let's see what the governing rune is for this reading. Okay, we have manas. And manas, I feel, came out in the reverse position. So this can be a time where many in the collective that I'm connecting with right now, I'm starting to feel there's a feeling of being down, not quite fulfilled at the moment in certain areas of your life. Almost like you feel like you want to be reclusive. So a bit like the hermit sort of energy, where there is opportunities and things around you, but you're just not feeling it. There's like a lull in your energy at this time. Maybe you are not quite aware of anything that's really bringing you any hope or fulfillment at this time. And manas can sort of like be, you might be going to work, doing all the normal things that you do, but just not feeling it. So the other thing with this one, when this has come out before for people who I've done readings for in person, there's an element of feeling like you don't know what your purpose is. Almost like, well, I'm doing this and that and the other, but I just don't feel like I really fit in anywhere or anything really resonates with me. Perhaps you're looking around at other people, you're being aware of what other people are doing and they just seem to know what to do or where their life's headed, and you're feeling a little bit like, I don't know what I am or what I do or what I'm supposed to be doing. And usually this rune comes out for people at that moment where they're starting to realise this, but then that's the magic moment before everything changes. So let's see what from the past is affecting where you are right now. What's been happening for you? I do feel for some of you, I'm getting an energy of like, I want to say a neighbour or somebody that's not in your close friendships or family or relationships, but somebody on the peripheral that's kind of giving you a little bit of stress right now, or you feel like you're losing your power with this person, and it feels like a neighbour, or it could be an acquaintance that's not a direct link, but it feels like in some way this person's making you feel like you're losing power here. We have the rune I was in your past that's affecting where you are right now. So this is where an initiation is occurring. So you could have been through an experience where something's ended, and I feel like you perhaps began something else quite soon. Now this, for some of you, it could be to do with a job, it could be to do with work, where you perhaps had an idea and made a change, but that change actually hasn't fulfilled you, or you're still feeling the same feeling that you had in the previous job that's still affecting you now, and it's making you feel this sort of like lack of purpose. I don't know what to do, I don't know who I am, and there's this potential for feeling like the job that you're doing, it is purely just for the money, and it doesn't really resonate with you as the person that you are trying to, the version of yourself that you're trying to align with. So there's been a bit of an awakening here. I feel like first, another part of this collective that I'm picking up on here, this could be to do with a relationship where there's been a breakdown of one relationship and perhaps quickly gone into another one, but again you're finding similar situations occurring. Even though you felt like you've perhaps done a lot of work on yourself, you're still finding those same patterns on there. So this with manas is kind of making you aware of something that isn't changing within your energy, that's kind of holding you in a space of feeling stuck, and possibly like things aren't moving forward for you in the direction that you would like. I'm doing it again, aren't I? I need to move back a little bit so you can see. Okay. Now, let's see what the future rune holds for us on here. So where are we going with that? Where are we moving for this? So like I say, I feel like there's two different collectives here. There's one that's to do with career, one to do with jobs, and another one that's to do with yourself in relationships. Okay, well, just to let you know that there is big change coming within this. So for some of you, you've been working really hard on manifesting this version of yourself that you can see. I feel like you really see this version of yourself. You see how you look, how you talk, the kind of job that you're doing. And for some of you, this isn't where you're at currently. This is where you potentially want to be. And all this time that you have been daydreaming almost this version of yourself into being, it's gonna happen. This is moving and driving this forward, and it's almost gonna feel like it's just you suddenly turn a corner and there it is. But Hagalaz can have the energy where sometimes it can throw you from despondence into action. So I'm going to tell you a little story on that. It's part of this oracle deck that I used to have, that I still work with, a chakra deck. And there was a card in there called Despondence, which was connected to the brow chakra. So this is where you're at the moment, is like breaking through some illusions that are in here. And the story is about this woman that's sort of really despondent, and she feels so worthless, and like she doesn't really know what to do with herself. She feels like she's got no purpose, nobody really needs her, and she doesn't really know where she fits anywhere. And one day in her village, there's an earthquake, and suddenly she's thrown into action, getting water and getting blankets for people, helping people out. Suddenly she felt purposeful. Suddenly she felt needed and part of something, part of a community. And that is essentially what Manaz means, is mankind. So it's about you and how you are perceived by your village, by the people around you. And this might be a time for you. I feel you're being called to be of service in some way. Now, this might be called to be of service, to say, if this is for people in the connection that's to do with relationships, this might be where you are starting to realise what you need to do in order to be more present in a particular relationship, or moving into a new relationship. I feel like there's something there that you're trying to mould almost. You're trying to find your purpose in it and your worth in it. And this is about being of service to the other person, you know, showing them what their worth is, and they will reciprocate with your worth. I do believe that. I do feel that. For some of you, there's like a weak connection there that I feel could be mended through your work and diligence on that one. And for others of you in this collective, it is to do with you actually feeling your worthiness through, it's going to be through being in the right time at the right place, or right place at right time, if that makes sense. So I'm getting this image of, there's an opportunity for you, and all the things that you've been doing here have been bringing you into a place of manifesting this. And it is purely down to keep moving in that way that you're going. Keep thinking about how you want to present yourself to the world. Believe in yourself and your worth. Believe that you do have a lot to offer. If you don't think that you do, and you might be sat here now going like, don't know. You have got a lot to offer, and you're going to find that more by kind of collaborating and placing yourself in places where you can actually be of service and can help others. So I feel like that is coming for you very suddenly, but it might come as a, like I was saying before about that earthquake story, it may feel a bit like that, like something happens and suddenly you start to realise, like, oh, actually, I know a lot about this, I can do this. It might be somebody comes to you for advice, or you overhear a conversation and you're like, I have knowledge about this particular subject. Give your knowledge, give it out there. Network is the word I'm getting, is you need to network, get yourself out there more. And I feel like this is for the whole collective that I'm talking to now. It's sort of like, you may be observing potentially like this neighbour I was talking about, or somebody, observing them as doing really well right now. Perhaps there's something within them that you are potentially a little bit jealous of, and they're triggering you in a way because it's actually, you would like to be like that, but something holds you back. And it's potentially through this sort of death and rebirth kind of situation that you've gone through, you've been given an opportunity to actually be the best version of yourself here, but you do have to step out of your comfort zone to reach it. And you may find that through the networking that you do, through this allowing yourself to be seen, it's going to help you with that connection that you're looking for. So I'm going to pull some tarot cards now to go with that. See what we can see on here for you. So, what information does the tarot have for us today to do with what we've just talked about here? So what is this sudden change? That's the question, isn't it? Let's ask that question. So what is this sudden change that we can expect in this connection? Okay. Ooh, so we've got the moon here. And I feel like with the moon, there's a lot to do with illusion. So it's kind of like where things get uncovered, whether it's secrets or fears. There's some kind of fear going to be released on this. And this actually may be to do with bringing things to the surface, allowing things to be seen and illuminated. So again, when we were saying about networking and talking to other people and this kind of throwing yourself from despondency into action, this to me is actually potentially allowing yourself to be seen. And if there is a secret here or a hidden fear, then this could be an opportunity that within your community, within the people that you are closest to, it's worth expressing this and allowing it to be illuminated. What they say, a problem shared is a problem halved. I love that with what is it, Crocodile Dundee, where he says, like, if you've got a problem, they tell Wally, and then Wally tells everybody, and it's no longer a problem because everybody knows about it. I don't know why I said that. Hopefully, if that resonates with you or that's relevant to you, then take it as it is. But I do feel there's something in there for you. We do have on here the two wolves as well, so you can see like there's a black wolf and a white wolf. And I will say, this is another one that I've heard, is about the two wolves within you. So imagine you've got two wolves within you, okay? And say one is fear and one is joy. And what they say is, which one are you going to feed? Because the one that you feed is the one that's going to be the most dominant, that's going to be the strongest within you. And if you feed that wolf, the other one is going to get weaker. So choose wisely as to which wolf you are feeding here, because you may be feeding yourself an illusion that actually is keeping you dormant, is keeping you in this despondent state and holding you back from fully finding your purpose. So if you are asking yourself that question of like, where do I fit in here? What am I actually supposed to be doing? What purpose do I have? Then you've already illuminated something that needs to change here. Okay. And we've all been there, you know, like feeling like you don't have anything to offer. You know, before I started doing these kind of things, sometimes you're sort of like, do I actually bring to the table? You know, why would anybody want to be around me, sort of thing? Okay, we have, I do feel like, so we've got on here the Three of Swords, but I feel like this is from the past. This is a past experience that's kind of broken your heart wide open. You have had your heart broken here, and I feel like there has been an element of holding your tongue as well, and like keeping back how you really feel and what you really want to say. So this is connected to the I was energy on here. So there's sort of like a grieving process that you've been going through, but this grieving process has kind of left you a little bit numb, I feel. And as we move forward, we are looking to, bring that. It's definitely the brow center that we're working with on here. So if you've been feeling any heaviness here or any energy there, then it could be that you're starting to work with the brow center, which is working through those illusions. It's breaking those illusions. It's following your intuition. You know, if you've been having signs, seeing numbers, or feeling like there's something that you need to do, you're getting a call to do something, then the Ace of Wands is kind of like telling you to go ahead and do that. You know, it's like an inspired thought, which then leads to inspired actions. And if we ignore that, then we constantly stay within this energy, you know, of the moon, where there's kind of like this illusion, and kind of keeping yourself in the dark, even though there's an illumination hanging over you. So, you know, there's a process here that you are perhaps still going through, but staying in this despondent energy, it's not working for you anymore. It's time to move forward with the Ace of Wands and start to illuminate the opportunities that are around you, you know, sparking that interest and energy and zest for life again. This is what we are looking for, and I feel like this is what's working with Hagalaz on there. Okay. For some of you, I see, it's like this net that I've just seen on this person's head. Looks like she's got a net on her head kind of thing. And it looks to me like jewels or like jewellery or something like that. It's like what somebody is making here. So if that resonates with you, then this could be your call to actually start something up. And you may have overheard people talking about, it might not be specifically about jewellery, but something, some kind of product that you are looking to market or bring out. It may be that you need to speak to people that you know that would be interested in this, you know, get it out there, get your voice out there, start speaking and talking to people. There's an irritation though with this. It's like it's there, it's illuminated, you know it's there, and you're probably role playing lots of things in your mind right now about how this is going to turn out, what you're trying to manifest. But there's an irritation in you as to not being able to go ahead and do it. Like you're holding back from really being seen and allowing that energy to come out. So what is that all about? So why are you holding back right now? Why are you holding back from this? I'm getting this, it's a book called Wyrd that my children used to read, that I used to read to my children. And Superworm is about this like evil wizard that takes Superworm because Superworm's great and he helps everybody. I don't know why I'm telling you this. But in this story, he's kidnapped by this evil, I think it's a crow, a wizard anyway. And, oh no, it's a lizard. And this lizard tries to sort of keep him away. But his community, all the other little bugs and things, they decide to make a plan to help and get Superworm back, you know. And there's something about being stuck with something and honey. I can't remember what it is. Like webs and honey, that's it. And it almost feels like, whoever I'm connecting with here, it feels like you're stuck in this like webs and honey and you can't kind of get out of it. Maybe you've seen yourself as this lizard, or you feel like you've been made to feel like you are this lizard. There's kind of like trying to hold back something that's more powerful. And actually it's looking at the element of, you know, there's a community there that want to come and help you. And you know, how you are in the world. And I feel like who I'm connecting to here, you feel like you don't have anything to offer. You don't feel like you give enough or, you know, have enough purpose here. However, there are little random acts and things that you have done, whether it's now or in the past, that people remember, that people know about, and they remember you for those things. So don't ever think that you don't have anything to offer, because you really, really do. You really do. There's an element here, I do feel that there's potentially, for some of you, this is a struggle to do with finances. So this could be where you're feeling a bit like you want to just put the brakes on from giving. Perhaps you've had a lot of bills come in lately, or a lot of things happen where you're sort of feeling like I really need to sort my finances out. And that might be making you feel this energy of sort of like, well, I have no choice but to stay in this boring job or doing what I'm doing. And that might be making you feel quite despondent at this time. So look out for those opportunities that are going to help you out of this. But you have to let go. You need to let go. For another part of this collective, I feel like this is actually signalling where you are struggling to let go of something from the past that is actually stopping you from being fulfilled, from moving forward. Whether that is somebody's words or actions or something that's happened here within this community that I can see. And this could be to do with family, or it could be to do with a friendship group. But you're not letting go of it. And in not letting go of it, you're not actually allowing yourself to move forward and be open to the new experiences that are arising for you. There's something here that you're avoiding doing as well, that you don't want to do. And I feel like you are kind of a bit torn between whether to do it or not. Yeah, there's something in that I'm feeling on there. Okay, and there is growth here. We've got the Seven of Pentacles. So this is sort of an energy of kind of like you're in the middle of a direction change. And it's come out with the World in reverse as well, which is kind of like, I feel like you want closure here. Like you're not fully closed with something's still hanging in the balance there. Something isn't quite resolved, I feel. And with the Seven of Pentacles as well, this is kind of like you're assessing a situation. And I do feel that this perhaps comes from the past. It might be to do with this Three of Swords here. This could be to do with actually forgiveness, but you're still holding on to something there. And what the message is here is sort of like, don't allow this to hold you back. Don't allow this kind of bitterness. Maybe I'm getting this energy that somebody feels like their name is mud, or they've been sort of judged in a certain respect, even though the Judgment card hasn't come out here. It's kind of like, you know, there's options that you have, but you're almost punishing yourself and holding on to the past, not allowing yourself to be seen or to move forward. But I do feel that there is, you know, with Haglaz coming up here, there is something there's something changing here. There's definitely something changing. And this is going to throw you into, like, for some of you, I feel like there's an opportunity to go and do something. And I feel like it could be traveling, but you are indecisive as to whether to do it or not. It's almost like, I don't know whether to stay and sort this out or go and have this experience. Now, if you're sat on the fence, what you often find, especially if you're going through a bit of a spiritual awakening, you will get shoved off. You will get pushed into a decision being made for you. So this is kind of the energy of Haglaz on here. Now, you may already be in that energy. You may already start to be seeing sort of like, especially with the Ace of Wands shown up there, a sign of like, I have to, you know, this is what's actually right in front of me right now. So for instance, this could be, if this was to do with an opportunity to travel here, but there's also this opportunity to assess something or to change direction. If you're indecisive about it, you might find that when you go travelling or get on a plane or whatever, that it's delayed or cancelled, or you can't get there and you miss your flight. That's what I'm talking about. It's like there will be things that get in the way of that opportunity, because you weren't deciding on it. So it's like a decision's been made for you here, and that will come from, you know, actually what is the most deepest desire through that intention. So if there is indecision there and there's this despondence there, and you're a little bit sort of like, well, what is this sudden change going to be? Let's see what the final outcome is going to be, and that could give you the answer to what it is on here. We've got the Devil coming out here as well now. So it's sort of like, I feel for some of you, you aren't being totally honest with yourself about something. There's a truth within you, especially with the moon there as well. There's a truth within you. There's like, that needs to be, I think, acknowledged too. There's something about, perhaps there's a behaviour or something that you're doing that isn't actually that healthy for you as well, that you are worried about going on a particular journey because it will mean giving up a particular habit. That's what I'm feeling on this. Okay, let's see what comes out on here. Okay, I've got the King of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. Okay, I'm going to pick those two, and we've got the Two of Wands as well. So the collective that I'm talking to here, and we have the Seven of Wands. So I'm going to talk about this one first. So this is about being quite defiant. It's about being really stubborn. You're stubborn in your ways. You're stubborn in a way to move forward or not move forward. And with the Two of Wands showing up here, this is kind of like a situation where, you know, you do have choices to make. There's a decision here or a decision there. I am seeing this kind of like split between two different things here. This can also signal a separation as well. So where perhaps there is somebody else, you're in separation with somebody else. There's a longing almost with this, and that's it. I keep seeing fairy lights. I keep seeing something with fairy lights about this as well. Or like stargazing. It's like seeing lights. So I don't know if somebody here is gazing a lot at the sky and thinking about something. You know, you're having a real like deep ponder about something and gazing at the stars, and there's a decision that you need to make between two different things. And one of them, I'm getting like, there's a globe down here as well, where it's kind of like there's a decision that you could have to go somewhere. There's also like a little camper van next to it, so it's like travel, but you're kind of leaning more towards this way. But then there's this still over here. So what that's about on here, so this is your decision to go and take this opportunity that's arising for you. And I do feel like you're kind of waiting for a sign to say that's definitely what you need to be doing here. And the Knight of Wands represents this like your natural rhythm of life and what really resonates in your heart and the vibrancy that you're looking for, the adventure. You know, it's like a spontaneous kind of energy. And right now, I feel like you want this spontaneous energy, but at the same time you're feeling this despondent kind of energy that's holding you back from doing this, because it's weighing heavy on your heart. These decisions, there's something that you're struggling to let go of. You know, in this direction, I feel it could really lead to a new way of living. But I feel like it's kind of like taking that journey on your own. It's not so much a collaborative, it's not so much in that community kind of energy that we were looking at with Manas. And what also came out with it was the King of Pentacles. So these are two very different energies. This one is very much directional and that passion and flair and spontaneity. And this one's very grounded. This one is very sort of like, you know, affluent, self-assured, stable. You know, it's not boring necessarily, but it's more a foundation. So you've got a choice to make between spontaneity and grounding, and this could be the deciding factor for like what you actually do. Now, it's not to say that you can't actually achieve both, but with Hagalaz popping up on here, something is changing right now, and there's going to be a sudden change coming for you that will throw you into a space of knowing exactly which path to take. I want to get some kind of confirmation on dates on that one. So what are we looking at? Okay, so we've got the Hermit on here, and we've got the Three of Pentacles. Now this one is definitely about collaboration and bringing things together. And the Hermit we have is number 9 on there. Okay, I'm going to put these together, and this has completely come out, you know, these cards just fell out on there, but the 9th of March, remember the 9th of March, because I feel like you are going to take the journey that brings more spontaneity. I do feel like you are going to do that. This is what I'm getting from here. And I also feel like in that journey, you are going to take some real reflection. You're going to go through experiences that are going to take you deep within and, you know, give you a different energy almost, yeah? Because I feel like maybe in the past you haven't really dug that deep, you haven't gone into those places. And what that's going to do is actually give you exactly what you need to then come back and make things right and re-collaborate, weave the stability that you're looking for. And that's the word that just came out there, stability. And just as I was looking at the King of Pentacles as well. So I do feel like actually you have the potential for both these things. And it's almost like one thing will lead to the next. And there's an urgency almost with Hagalaz showing up on here. There's an urgency to this for you to be in this Hermit energy at this time. So if you've been on your own for a while now, if you've been sat in that energy for a while and you're listening to this and you're thinking like, well, I don't want to be on my own anymore. Hermit doesn't necessarily mean being on your own. I don't feel you're going to be on your own. I feel like you are going to be around other people, but there's something, an urge in you for this spontaneous journey here, whether that is an actual real journey, you know, like a physical journey, going somewhere. For some of you, I feel it is. But for some of you, I feel like it's more of a journey of having an experience that is spontaneous. And you will know because this will just arrive like that out the blue. And you'll see that opportunity. And it awakens in you, actually, I have the ability to really show up here for people. And then you will be in a better place. You will feel like, you know, when we were talking about manas before, you will then suddenly feel like you've actually got something to put into the tapestry. So that despondent energy of like, what do I actually have? What worth do I have here? You will bring that. And I'm going with about the 9th of March that you're going to start to really see yourself in a different light and start to realise, actually, this is what I've learned through my inspired action and through the things that I've done here. This is what I've learned. This is what I've picked up. And this is where I'm going. So I'm going to get one more card for final outcome for you. Just so that you know that this is definitely an essential journey. And we have the Empress. Beautiful energy, divine feminine energy, unconditional love. That's what you're looking for, is unconditional love and self-worth. It is an earth energy as well. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn kind of energy. This is what you will embody, masculine or feminine. It just embodies that beautiful love for yourself, love for those around you. I feel like what you're about to be thrown into here is going to actually help you to feel love in a different kind of way. I do feel for some of you this is about, there is definitely something about travel. There's just something about going somewhere. And you need to know that you are protected by that. I feel around the next full moon, you are going to, you're going to view something in a really different way to how you have been. And it's going to open you up to an experience of stepping forwards and really feeling the love. Because I feel like at the moment, you're feeling quite numb. And it's making you feel a little bit down and we need you to feel more like you have something to offer, which you do. Okay, so I will leave the reading there for you. Please do like and subscribe to my channel for more videos, and please do let me know about your journey, the travel, what threw you out of that despondence as well, because I would love to know. And I will see you all again soon. Have a blessed day.